Travel or save money? It's a hard decision, but why should you have to choose between them at all when you can both travel and save? Do you want to live like a king on $1,000 a month? Then it's time to start looking at tickets. Our top 10 includes countries with the lowest prices, best climates, and distinctive cultures. For $200 a month, you can enjoy the best food, and $300 will get you a comfortable apartment in the city center. What should you put the remaining $500 towards? Having fun, of course. And in these exotic countries, there is plenty of fun to be had. Let's go! Philippines. Clear blue waters, golden sand, birds singing, and tropical forests. Does this appeal to you? Then head for the Philippines. You can enjoy the sun and save money. Life on these islands is very inexpensive. Over a whole month, you'll spend no more than $600 and live comfortably. Don't rely on supermarkets. Find instead a nice local market. The fruits and vegetables, fresh fish and shrimp are delicacies in such abundance that they almost tumble from the market stalls. Buyers can walk from one stall to another, choose their purchases, and they should not forget to bargain for a lower price. Do your shopping in the market and you will only spend $150 a month on groceries. Much of the local cuisine is chicken, fish, seafood, and rice, and fruit too, of course, and the Philippines boasts an unbelievable number of fruits. However, potatoes are expensive as the locals rarely grow them. Lunch at a street-side eatery will only cost you $2, and at a local McDonald's, $3. You can rest assured, however, that the food at the former will be a lot more delicious. Prices for accommodation are stunningly low. A bamboo hut can be rented for just $100 a month. Granted, it'll not come with any furnishing, not even running water, but you will have the ocean right outside your window. A fully furnished wooden house will cost you around $400 to $500 a month. If you want to buy your own home, then expect to spend between $2,000 and $10,000. For $10,000, you can build a fine 2-story cinder block home that will be strong and sturdy. $2,000 will get you a small wooden home, albeit one that is fully equipped. Mauritius. Africa is all about the exotic, and Mauritius is exotic in spades. Here you'll find ocean beaches, jungles, mountains, and waterfalls. The nature on this island is incredible. It is lush and tropical, but without the heat. Summer temperatures only reach a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. Mark Twain claims that when God created heaven, he took Mauritius as a model. He got it just right. Mauritius really is a slice of heaven on earth, and it is quite inexpensive. With the right budgeting, you'll spend no more than $500 a month. Renting a 2-room apartment not far from the beach is possible for around $200. Food will cost another $200. Leisure outings might cost another $100, but that is all there is to your expenses. Incidentally, you don't even need to spend money on fruit. Bananas, coconuts, guava, and mango trees grow here along the streets just like oaks or maples in other countries. Want a mango? Then just reach out and pick one. Vietnam. Is your only image of Vietnam the Rambo films? It shouldn't be. Half a century has passed, and now Vietnam is a modern country, safe and convenient. Unspoiled beaches, warm water, an excellent level of services, and an unbelievable range of things to see. What more do you need to unwind? Accommodation can be rented here for around $200 a month. For this amount, you can get a small apartment with all amenities in a quiet neighborhood. If you want comfortable lodgings near the beach, you can expect to pay around $300 to $350. Shopping for food here is very cheap. There's an enormous range of vegetables, exotic fruit, and seafood. If you love to cook, then you will spend no more than $1 per day per person. Don't like standing by the stove? Then head for a local restaurant. Vietnam cuisine resembles Chinese, but is fresher and spicier. The main staples are fruits, vegetables, fish, and chicken. Vietnamese food is delicious, nutritious, and, if it matters to you, not heavy on calories. A full meal in a simple Vietnamese eatery will cost you around $3 to $4 each day, and it'll be healthy eating. Street food available in Vietnam includes soups, rice, seafood, and other healthy things. Even with the local equivalent of the hamburger, you'll get an abundance of different vegetables. One should be cautious about the water, however. The water from the tap is only for bathing and washing clothes. It would be best to avoid it even for brushing teeth. Buy bottled water and ensure that the seal is still intact. Georgia. No, not the one in the American Southeast. Georgia is a small country on the Black Sea coast, and it's distinguished by warm summers and mild but snowy winters. In Georgia, you can both lounge on the beach and go skiing. You will also find ancient churches, healing springs, and excellent wines. An apartment in Georgia can be rented for $150 a month. For this amount, you can get small but comfortable lodgings with all the amenities. You can cook for yourself, but we recommend the local eateries. Georgian cuisine is considered one of the best in the former USSR. Vegetables, cheeses, herbs, and spicy meat, and of course, wine. Could you really say no to all that? Lunch in a restaurant will run you $10, but be careful. The local people really like to eat, and therefore, the portions are enormous. Don't order several dishes at once right away because you probably won't be capable of finishing them all. If you decide to cook for yourself, then a liter of milk costs $1, a kilo of potatoes 25 cents, chicken $2.50, cheese $4, and peaches 50 cents. A bottle of the excellent local wine can be had for $8. Not bad, right? Nepal. Nepal is at the heart of Asia and a spiritual center for Buddhism and Hinduism. When you arrive here, you immerse yourself in an ancient culture, monks and yogis, religious renunciants, and temples. If you're fond of Eastern philosophy, then you should book your ticket for Nepal post-haste. Even for those who are not, it is still a must-visit country. Do you want to see Everest? The highest mountain in the world is located right here in Nepal. An apartment in a modern multi-story building can be rented for around $150 to $200 a month. If you need a cheaper option, then look to a hostel. Just $70 a month and a bed is yours, along with a shared kitchen, bathroom, and common area with rather undependable Wi-Fi. For food, you'll spend approximately $150 a month if you're prepared to cook for yourself. Believe us when we say that this is the most reasonable option. The local cuisine is only for some, as the Nepalese dishes are simple and sometimes even primitive. They're based on various kinds of rice with chicken and a few vegetables. Truly only a few because harvests in Nepal are poor. Fish and other seafood is costly indeed, and alcohol more expensive still. The local people are very friendly and open. They're always keen to help and guide a lost visitor, but when it comes to money, expect no mercy. Nepalese are convinced that every tourist is a walking money bag. Prices for locals and for foreigners can differ by a magnitude of 2 or 3. Consequently, be sure to bargain hard. Oh, I almost forgot. If you visit Nepal, definitely buy a sweater or a scarf made from cashmere. The knitwear there is 100% natural and made by hand, and unbelievably cheap. Peru. Did you know that both hummingbirds and penguins are found in Peru? There are also condors, the largest birds in the world. Or perhaps you don't care so much about birds. In that case, what about surfing, diving, skiing, trekking, traveling through ancient Inca cities? In Peru, you'll never be bored. A comfortable apartment in the capital can be had for around $400 a month, but a bed in a hostel double room will cost just $200. If you choose to rent accommodation outside the central districts, then it's possible to get by on $100 a month. The average cost of dining in a simple eatery for locals is around $2 per person. In a restaurant for tourists, you would already be spending $15. But again, note that these are prices for the capital. In more rural settings, you can stuff yourself with food for just $1 a day, and believe us, you will love it. The local cuisine is incredibly delicious, a sort of Spanish indigenous fusion. The most popular dish is ceviche, i.e. marinated fish with vegetables. If you visit Peru, you must try it. Here, guinea pigs are eaten as well, though we don't recommend trying that unless you might be the sort of person who seeks out exotic thrills, and then you should take the chance. Bolivia. Bolivia is a close cousin to Peru, offering a similar climate, culture, attractions, and prices. These two countries are even side by side on the map. A month in Bolivia will run you the same $400 to $500. The local cuisine is delicious, albeit a bit greasy. There's a lot of fried meat as well as fried potatoes, and even the soup might contain fried vegetables. A simple meal at an ordinary eatery will cost around $3. You can even get a serving of stew for just 30 cents. And though it might be heavy and not especially good for you, it will still be inexpensive and filling. Good local wines cost $4 to $5 for a bottle. Rum costs up to $10 if it's an ordinary brand, while a premium rum aged for 20 years can cost $60. Now you know what kind of souvenir you should bring back from Bolivia. Romania. Count Dracula really existed. Granted, he was not a count, but a prince, and his real name was Vlad Tepes. Dracula was a sort of nickname that he acquired. Depicted on the Tepes family crest was a dragon, Dracul in Romanian. Do you find this intriguing and want to learn more? Then head for Romania. You can spend here $500 a month max, but you will enjoy a myriad of memorable moments. Why 500? Well, just do the math. Renting accommodation will cost between $100 and $300 a month. For $300, you can get a good studio apartment in a major city. It might not be in a posh neighborhood, but it will not be down market either, and it will be at a solid mid-range level. If you want to head for more provincial locales, then you won't need to spend more than $100 a month on accommodation. Food will run you another $100 to $150. The local cuisine is fantastic and resembles Italian, Turkish, or Greek food. Many dishes have traditionally been prepared over an open flame. The grilled meats, cheeses, and wines are especially good. A bottle of wine can be had for just $5. If you decide to cook for yourself, things will get even cheaper. For example, a liter of milk costs $1, a kilo of boneless chicken $4.50, a dozen eggs $2, cheese $5, and potatoes 50 cents. You must try the local Toika. This is the local fruit brandy, though its alcohol strength can be up to 60%. Also, try the local garlicky sausages, mici, just in case the myth of Dracula proves to be no myth at all. Montenegro. Montenegro is like Romania, only without the spooky Gothic touch, though you will find castles here as well. People are drawn to Montenegro for other things, however, namely its beaches on the Adriatic Sea, its mountain resorts, diving and paragliding opportunities, and trekking. This country offers leisure opportunities in abundance. If you want to settle in at a resort town, you will need to spend minimum $20 a day on accommodation. In high seasons, this figure will be $50 or more. However, in the rest of the country, at a distance from the sea, you can rent an apartment for $100 to $150 a month. Set aside another $200 for food, and you can already start booking your ticket. Sri Lanka. At first, we wanted to talk about Goa, but then we thought, why? Everyone knows about Goa. So let us tell you instead about Sri Lanka. Moreover, this country has the greatest advantage of being comfortable year-round. It has less rainfall and higher temperatures, especially on the east coast. In addition, Sri Lanka is a much cleaner country and the level of services is higher. A room right by the sea can be rented for around $200 a month, and for that you will get some minimal furnishings and bed linens. The kitchen, fridge, and bathroom will be shared, used by both the owner and the tenants. Note that in such lodgings you are likely to have neighbors, i.e. other tourists. You won't find the amenities that any American would expect in cheap rentals either. There's no hot water or air conditioning, and for a bottle of butane to cook with, they'll try to charge you an additional fee. A comfortable room with all the amenities will start at $400 a month. Such a guest house will also provide an air conditioner, washing machine, and other blessings of modern civilization. But the beach will still be just a 5-minute walk away. The further your accommodation is from the sea, however, the lower the price. Food items in Sri Lanka are cheap, but there's something to be aware of. When locals see a tourist, they immediately raise the price several times higher. So what can you do about this? Visit a cheap supermarket and look at the prices. Write them down in a notebook if you need to. This will serve as your guide, for prices in the marketplace will never be higher than in a shop. If the seller is demanding more, then you're being swindled. Here are the prices themselves. One pineapple goes for $1. 3 or 4 coconuts can be had for $1 as well. Potatoes and papaya cost 70 cents per kilo. Yes, in Sri Lanka, these all cost about the same. Boneless chicken costs around $3, while a kilo of rice costs only 50 cents. Yogurt made with buffalo milk will cost you around $1.50 for a liter. It is very tasty and nutritious, and we highly recommend it. A kilo of the freshest big shrimp costs $10, and a kilo of mahi-mahi costs $6. As you can see, it is entirely possible to live on just $100 a month. You can even splurge a little and go for seafood. Finally, let us point out that the expenses we've mentioned are minimal ones. That is, they refer to the simplest accommodation, the simplest dining out, and no activities. In any many of these countries, you can always choose to rent high-end lodgings, eat at fancy restaurants, and go on commercial tours. In that case, $500 will not be enough at all. The luxuries of life must be paid for. We hope you enjoyed this video. Which place would you like to visit? Let us know in the comments. And if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you will be the first to know when a new video arrives. Thanks for watching.